Vijay, as in a win. For Jana Nayagan, I guess it's going to be a long wait. Censor trouble continues for Jana Nayagan makers. The release of Thalapathy Vijay's Jana Nayagan remains uncertain as a higher court has temporarily stayed the earlier single judge order directing the CBFC to grant a UA certificate. Earlier, the Madras High Court had cleared the path for the film's release, allowing a writ petition by KVN Productions LLP and directing the CBFC to issue the certificate immediately. This came after a complaint alleging that certain scenes hurt religious sentiments had stalled the release. The single judge bench had ruled that the complaint appeared to be an afterthought and warned that entertaining such objections could set a dangerous precedent. The court had also stated that the CBFC's action was without jurisdiction and that once suggested modifications were implemented, the certificate should follow automatically. Following that order, the CBFC quickly filed an urgent mention before the Chief Justice bench, stating it intends to challenge the single judge bench ruling through a writ appeal. The film, directed by H. Vinod, Jana Nayagan, is being billed as Vijay's farewell film before he fully enters active politics in Tamil Nadu. And it features Pooja Hegde, Bobby Deol, Mamita Baiju, Gautam Vasudev Menon, Priya Mani and Narayan. The big question now, will Jana Nayagan finally hit theatres or will the stay delay Vijay's much anticipated swan song? Kasturi Shankar, actor and social activist, is now joining us live on this broadcast. Thank you so much, Kasturi. Happy New Year to you. Hope you have a lovely year ahead. Tell me something, is this completely politically motivated? Because you wear several hats. And now I'm asking you to wear the hat of a lawyer who's trained in legalese and also as a social activist. And then I'll ask you about, because you're an actor as well, completely motivated, politically motivated, stymieing the release of this movie?
I think the political motivation runs in every direction.
Okay.
I believe that a movie that was completed, according to reports, in April of 2025, I don't know why they had to wait till December 18th to submit it for a censor certificate. Knowing fully well the political ramifications of this film, the producers must have been prepared. I believe they were completely unprepared for the politicization of this movie. They should have anticipated it. Whether it is right or wrong, we will come to that. But it being Vijay's big last movie / launch movie into politics, and the trailer, from what we have seen, is an out-and-out propaganda film glorifying Vijay as the people's savior. They should have anticipated roadblocks from any government, especially today's Tamil Nadu government. That it came from the censor board, even I was taken aback. I thought it was, it doesn't happen to all the movies. I think the censor board took Vijay's movie very seriously because of the political ramifications of any sequence in that movie. They know that, I think they gave it more gravity than other commercial entertainers because of his political stature, because of his political posturing against both the state and the central governments. One. So is it politically motivated? I'll say this. From knowing something about the process of law, I have not seen many cases where the verdict is passed in the morning and an appeal is allowed a few hours later. I've not seen too many cases. Again, my knowledge is limited, but this is an extremely exceptional case where a judge permits the release of the movie, instructs the Central Board of Film Certification to go ahead with its original UA certificate. A brief history is that 3 of the 5 members certifying this movie permitted a UA certificate with a few cuts, granted a certificate with, I believe, about 14 cuts, which the producers complied with, but two of the board members had reservations, and those were uh, communicated to Mr. Balamurli IAS, who is in charge of the CBFC. He thought it wise to refer the movie to a revising committee. This was communicated on the 22nd of December to the producers. Why they did not apply for a revision?
Yeah. That is, you said that they sat on it. I mean, the producers sat on it, lost
I don't
precious time.
understand why.
Yeah.
I
Go ahead.
don't know why they even chose.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know, Sudhaji, we all know how the legal system works.
Yes, absolutely. And I'm very surprised.
Why would anyone in their right mind, unless they had an ulterior agenda, why would anyone sit on it, not go to the revising committee, try to
But a lot of people may also look at it from a different angle and say, when the single judge bench has said go ahead, why is it that the CBFC has to now come in and say, when already everything according to the single bench was done and dusted? So it seems that a lot of dust is being, unnecessarily being, given a lot of importance in this because.
No. I'm going to read from the wordings of the appeal, and
Right.
in fact, I am going to be quoting the Chief Justice of the Madras High Court, where it is said that the judge molded a relief. A single judge passed an order without giving an opportunity for the CBFC to file a counter affidavit. Point number one. Number two, how can the producer fix a date of release even before issuance of a censor certificate? It is done. In reality, it is done, but it's not a guarantee. You can announce a release date, but that is subject to issuance of a censor certificate. When on the 22nd of December, you realize that you are having some issues, you have to try and solve those issues before you go ahead with your bravado. It happened to my own movie. I had a movie releasing in May. Some interest groups raised an issue, a frivolous issue, but quickly the producers took care of it and recensored it with the deleted portions and got the censor certificate. You cannot just keep going with the blind overconfidence that your movie will pass through, even though you are doing nothing to actually facilitate the release. But the most important question is, single judge has molded the relief and quashed the CBFC chairman's decision, though, this is the most important point, Sudhaji, though the petitioner has not made any such prayer. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did. The last line, not the penultimate line, but the last line.
That's absurd.
Yeah.
The petition, meaning the producers, have not asked for any relief or for any quashing of the CBSE's requirements.
Right.
I don't know what they asked for.
So, net, what you're saying is that there is a political reason, which is obvious. I mean, that's not rocket science. But the producers should have taken enough caution to see that they get their books clean and get ready to kind of face any kind of an eventuality. And today, that's a sitting duck. There seems to be a big question mark on the release of this film. I hope it makes it to Pongal, because that's a big day for all of us. But
no, it won't.
It won't, because there is holiday in the court. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
No. I have the update. The next hearing is on the 21st of January.
Oh, that's after Pongal. Yeah, there you go. So that's after Pongal pretty much so there it goes. I mean, the producers, like Kasturi Shankar says, they should have been ready for it. They should have seen that everything is done. Because
No. It's not the CBFC which approached court. It's not the DMK government which approached court. It's not the BJP center that approached court. The producers went to court.
Yeah.
You go to court in India, you expect a speedy resolution.
That's not going to happen.
That's paradise. That's fool's paradise.
Yeah.
I don't know who gave them that advice. As a Vijay fan, as a fan of democracy, I find it unfortunate, even unpleasant, that the movie is not releasing tomorrow.
But it's also the political, the political persona that he has donned, which perhaps made his producers to, show their bravado, and ultimately, like you said, it's turned to be counterproductive. So political, you remember Ulagam Sutram Valiban, 1973 MGR. I don't know if you were born, but I've seen that film as a child, and the same thing happened. I was reading about it. Yes. What a wonderful film. But DMK was expelled. Karunanidhi was with him. Mrs. Gandhi decided, okay, you're going to Japan. You come back. I will see to it there are income tax cases on you. And there you had it, a sitting duck. But what a brilliant movie. That's another story. I want to ask you as an actor. A lot of blood and sweat goes into the making of a film. You know it better than any of us. But this thing, don't you think, forget Vijay, forget the ruling dispensation, forget the legal, the legals, as it were. What about that man? What about, people who are, junior artists, about lighting assistants, about people who are on the set, the spot boy? I mean, the more it is delayed, already there is a lot of loss. There are crores of losses because of the ticket collection. You know this, you must have read, if overseas as well as domestically. But the loss, I mean, what does that do to anybody? They can keep fighting, shadow boxing, but what happens to that man?
It's horrible because a lot of blame, and the blame game has started. A lot of mudslinging is happening. Everybody is coming up with conspiracy theories. Congress in Tamil Nadu is trying to fish in muddied waters, trying to cozy up to Vijay as they will. The DMK happily watching the ruckus where the blame is squarely on the BJP. I think the government should have, you know, whether or not it was their business, I think they should have made it their business, because right now it's backfiring. So it's not even backfiring. The blame is squarely on the BJP. Every theory is pointed to them because the CBFC is a central government agency. The BJP as a party or as a government probably does not have anything to do with it. They did not come up with this court case idea, but they are getting seriously damaged in this entire exercise, and the DMK is sitting pretty, watching it, laughing all the way to the bank, because their movie is going to have a solo run. They're going to have a fantastic Pongal. Everybody, they're going already. The news is out on the streets. Their questions are: if you bet on Vijay, he's going to let you down. So much is happening in Tamil Nadu, Sudhaji. Vijay is nowhere to be seen. Not a word from him or his party members. So if something happens to a producer, something happens to the thousands of people involved in this movie, Vijay will not come up and stand up for any of us. So how is he going to stand up for bigger problems in the state of Tamil Nadu? This question has already been asked. And the saddest irony of this is theater owners, exhibitors, distributors, overseas distributors, and I've been one myself. A lot of them belong to the BJP. A lot of them belong to the TVK.
But
a lot of them belong to any party. So everybody is getting hit.
On that note, thank you very much, Kasturi Shankar, for speaking to us on this very important piece of news, Jana Nayagan, which stars Vijay.